What's up, guys? It's Ashton here, and the story time is going to be about the time me and my friend decided to ride dirt bikes on the school track, and we kind of fucked up. So let's just get into it. So this story time takes place when I was in school about half a year ago. One day, and the intercom came on saying the Battle of the Bell was happening the following weekend. And if you guys don't know what the Battle of the Bell is, it's basically like the biggest high school football game in like a certain district, I believe. I don't know for sure. And it was my school versus this school that was like near us, but it was like a home game for me. So it was my school that was like hosting the game, I guess you could say. And I've always seen like videos of kids riding dirt bikes in school tracks and thought it'd be pretty fucking funny if I did that. And later that day, like my last period was construction, and later that day I was in construction, and let's just call this one kid Caleb. So Caleb was this one kid in construction with me I would always like fuck around with, and I was telling him about the dirt bike idea, and he's like, "Oh dude, I would do that with you, but I don't got a bike." So I just told him, "Bro, you can just use my 110, because I had 3 dirt bikes. Well, I have 3 dirt bikes, and I was like, you could just use my 110, and he's like, "Well, guess we got plans this weekend." So, yeah, Saturday rolls around, the day of the football game, and it was about 4 p.m., so it was earlier before, like, the football game started at 7, and it was about 4 p.m., we decided to go riding before the football game, just to, like, warm up, you know, and we go riding on the state land near my house. It's gridlocked, though, so if you don't, there's only one entrance to it, and there's a gate over the entrance so no one can get in, but with dirt bikes, you can just go around the gate. So me and Caleb were just riding on that for about an hour, and then we went back to my house and kind of chilled out before the game, kind of like hyping ourselves up, getting ready for this. And Caleb's friend texted him that halftime was at like 8 o'clock, because we were depicting we'd go at 8 o'clock. It's like a halftime show, you know? And when Caleb's friend texted him that halftime had started, me and Caleb rushed. Like, we ran so fast in my garage to get our gear on, turn the bikes on, get ready. Because the school's only about 2 minutes away from my house, so it wasn't a long drive at all. But we had to cross a highway to get to the school, because my house was on the other side of the highway from the school. So we pull up to the light in between the highway. The highway was in between us and the school, and there's a light there. And we pull up to the light, and there's a car in front of us. So, we had to, like, wait so we wouldn't be entering the highway without anyone, like, seeing us since we didn't have lights. So that car would be going first. People would know that they're entering. And then we would come in behind the car, right? And light turns green. We follow the car across the street. And the parking lot to the school is on the left. Like, once you pass the highway or get across the highway. And we turn to the school parking lot. And we go around to the left side of the school. Like, we wrap around to the back side where there's this gate to the school track that's open, because we didn't really know anywhere else we would enter. So we go around to the back of the school, and we get up to that gate, and there's a black ambulance blocking half of the opening, and there's a teacher in the other half. And I guess rumors spread that we were doing this that night, so they had teachers, like, prepared for this. And my friend was in front of me, and he drove up to the teacher, swerved to the right, and the teacher jumped to the right to try and, like, block him. And then he swerved to the left and got through there. And the teacher jumped to the left to try and grab him and turned around to grab him. And I tried to get to the right side, but then another teacher popped up and completely blocked, like, the whole opening, so I couldn't get through. And so all I could do was turn around and hope my friend didn't get caught. And right as he entered, like, 3 seconds later, I heard people, like, cheering and stuff. And I turned around and left, like, as I started hearing cheering. And then I was, like, wondering, like, hoping my friend was going to get out, because I didn't know what I was going to do if he didn't. So I just kind of waited, like, in the grass, hoping he would, like, somehow get his way out, obviously. And he never did, so I just turned my bike on and left. And I went back across the highway and back to my house. And then as I got home, I was just thinking, like, what the fuck do I do? And then my mom calls me, dude. Like, after I heard that call, I was like, oh, shit. I answer the phone, and I'm like, hey, Mom, I'm trying to act like everything is normal. And she's like, so I got a call from our neighbor, or our police neighbor, and he said, he said the sheriff's called him saying they have your bike. And I'm like, what bike? The 110? She's like, yeah, they said some kid wrote it down there. They don't know. They wanted to know if it was stolen or not. And I just fessed up and was like, no, it's not stolen. Me and my friend decided to ride down there. He got caught and I didn't, and rode home. And she's like, well, you're in so much trouble. Meet me down there. And so basically I put my bike back in the garage, put 2 straps in my truck, and then drove down there with my truck. And I had to go talk to the sheriff and stuff about what we're going to do about the situation, you know? And so, yeah, I talked to them, and then these 2 kids loaded up the 110 into my truck. And I talked to the sheriffs. They kind of like talked about it and said we would find out what happens the next day. Like, I would go to school and just straight into the office and talk to them about it. And so, yeah, I just loaded my bike home, drove home. My mom, like, gave me a talk. She's like, I'm super disappointed in you. And, yeah, so, the next day of school came. Me and my mom went down there together. And we tried to talk with the principal. And basically, I got suspended for a week. But my friend basically got expelled from the school for riding on the track, obviously. Oh, and I forgot to mention, he got, like, halfway across the track, or he got, like, 3/4 across the track, and then the track was surrounded by teachers, so he had to keep dodging and weaving through teachers. And then, a student's dad actually fucking, like, stuck his arm out in front, like, in between the bike and him, and clotheslined my friend off the bike. And obviously my friend, well, this is, like, the POV I got from one of my other friends. And my friend was, like, and then the dad got, like, on top, put his knee on my friend, Caleb. And then my friend Caleb was like, dude, I'm not getting up. You just knocked the wind out of me. I'm not moving at all. And the guy didn't care. He just still stood, like, kneeled there on top of my friend. And then 2 sheriffs walked over, picked up my friend, carried him, like, off the track. And these 2 kids, like, ran off with the bike, and I'm not really sure what they did with it. It just ended up, like, with the sheriff somehow. And, yeah, he basically had to talk with the cops, and his mom came. She was extremely mad at him, but, yeah, that'll be the end of the story time. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.